Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started. I want to begin by thanking everyone for being here today for this exciting occasion. For those of you who don't know, this is the Voices of the People Percent for Art Collection City Council Chambers unveiling. We are very, 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 very excited. We spend a lot of time in this chamber, and previously it was a very dark and foreboding place. And with the work that's been done with our council, with the city of New Orleans, with our wonderful artists, we now have a place that is much more uplifting to the people that get to come through it. So I want to begin with a couple of comments, then I'll go through my colleagues. New Orleans has always been an art-focused city. Master painter and sculptor Edgar Degas even spent a part of his lifetime here in New Orleans on West Point Avenue. We have 5 local artists who have offered up their work to make a permanent impression on these chamber walls. These art pieces represent the people and soul of each district. These are the people's chambers, and we have spent 4 years, this past 4 years, in this chamber in a place that did not really reflect the joy or the people of the city of New Orleans. And with the work that has been done, this is now a more joyful place that celebrates this very, very unique city. I will now yield to the Council Vice President.
Thank you, Council President Morrell, and thank you to the amazing artists. I mean, it's incredible how much beautiful art going onto a blank wall can transform a space. So I want to thank you for your contribution. One of the things that makes the city of New Orleans so special is that our story is told in so many different ways, through our music, through our food, through our neighborhoods, through our traditions, and of course through our art. Public art gives us an opportunity to bring those stories into the spaces where civic life happens. It helps ensure that these places where decisions are made truly reflect the people and the communities those decisions impact. These pieces representing each of our 5 city council districts in their own unique history and character, together they tell the story of one city, one community. Public art has a way of bringing people together. It reminds us that our differences are not what divide us. They are part of our rich tapestry that makes New Orleans unlike anywhere else in the world. To the talented artists whose work now calls this chamber home: Sean Clark, Tennille Prosper, Alina Allen, Langston Alston, and Jose Dara. Thank you for sharing your vision, your creativity, and your talent with the people of New Orleans. These pieces will inspire conversations, strengthen connections, and help make this space feel more welcoming for everyone who walks through these chamber doors. Thank you.
Before we get to our district council members, we'd like to hear from Paris Sion.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for today. Thank you for celebrating. My name is Paris Sion. I am the Senior Public Art Project Manager for Arts New Orleans and had the pleasure of managing this project and working with the 5 artists from beginning to end, working with City Council staff, Chief of Staff, you all as City Council members, managing the interior public art collection for the Percent for Art program. At Arts New Orleans, we pride ourselves in the support that we get from the City of New Orleans to be able to do public art and placemaking initiatives such as this one. It is the first ever interior commission for the Percent for Art program. So we're used to putting up murals and sculptures and elements of public art outdoors. However, it is a joy and an honor to be able to take your pieces and your artwork and bring them into a space so public and for the people. So thank you, Alina Allen. Thank you, Tennille Prosper. Thank you, Sean G. Clark. Thank you, Langston Alston, who cannot be here with us today, and Jose Dara for working with me, for working with us, and I celebrate you today. Thank you, Paris.
Thank you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go by council mag district. The council members will speak and introduce the artists for their particular district. And at the end, we'll close up with the illustrious Wood. So, all right. Councilmember Karen.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you, Sean, for the beautiful pieces. I spoke to Sean yesterday to kind of get his thoughts on how he came to this project. And these two pieces are truly the fabric of our community. He requested fabric from the entire city. He got submissions from District A across the city, District A, and all the other districts as well. And so it truly is the fabric of our community. People brought T-shirts, they brought blankets, anything that you can think of, they brought to Sean. And then he put it together in these two beautiful pixelated pieces. These are images of Marsalis Harmony Park and then the 12th night celebration on Oak Street. And this really just showcases the true community that we have here in District A and across the city. And I'm honored to have two pieces represented here. It's beautiful, it truly is, and I'm very grateful to y'all. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Sean.
Thank you for the opportunity to house some of my work here. It was a pleasure to do this piece. My favorite part about doing it was just talking to people in my neighborhood that I never talked to before, you know, or people that I just saw when I go running down Carrollton. The interesting thing about it all was that, you know, some people who contributed to this quilt have been in the district for 60 years. Some people just got there. Some people gave me fabric that they acquired when they traveled the world. You know, there are pieces in this quilt that not only come from Panola Street, but they also come from Japan. They also come from Kenya and Ghana and so on and so forth. So it was really just my goal to just sort of show as much representation and diversity as I could in the work of art to sort of represent the district.
Thank you. All right. Councilmember Harris.
Thank you so much for being here. First, I want to thank Arts New Orleans for your tireless work in the arts community. We have several pieces hanging in the District B office, and I look at them every day, and I'm just awed by them. I also want to shout out Sadie Finkel, who really was the boots on the ground person who made this happen. I think we should give her a round of applause. She, like I, are people who like to be surrounded by art and creatives, so I just want to thank you for this, because as Council President Morrell said, we typically look at a brown wall during our council meetings, so this is just fantastic. I do want to talk about Tennille Prosper, who is a proud New Orleans native. She's a product of our public school system, a proud Bronze Eagle. Councilmember Hughes, and a fine arts graduate of Xavier University, where she studied under the famed, legendary John T. Scott. As you know, John T. Scott is one of the great treasures of New Orleans art history. He was a sculptor, a painter, printmaker, MacArthur Fellow, and Tennille carries that legacy forward.
Sure.
This piece represents District B, and it's called Roots Standing Upright, Grounded in Labor, Lifted by Legacy. And her work explores the cultural identity, historical trauma, and struggle for social justice, connecting the experience of Black women to their ancestral past while affirming their significance in the present. I do want to say that one of your pieces that I love, and that was scooped up by my colleague when we were able to pick out art, called Culture Clash, sits in Councilmember King's office, and I look at it every day and want to steal it because it's so beautiful. But I'm happy to be surrounded by your art here. I just want to thank you so much for your contribution to not only this chamber, not only this city, but the city of New Orleans and its cultural fabric. It's so important that we continue the legacy and we can see it stretch from John T. Scott through you into the future. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I feel like well, I just want to say, as a painter, my work is rooted in storytelling, so I'm very interested in ancestral memory, ritual, and how history is carried forward. This piece in particular is really about people who built and sustained District B. That would be the laborers, the culture bearers, the immigrants, the Black communities, families who survived floods and displacement, just resilient people who build and rebuild, while still creating beauty, faith, music, food, and tradition. In New Orleans, honor, ritual, and resistance are deeply connected, and with this painting, I wanted to honor that spirit. So with this piece, I wanted each community to stand in their truth. So I anchored them in what they brought on indigenous land, the Irish labor and faith, the Sicilian altar and food traditions, the Black blacksmith and drummer representing both labor and ancestral memory. And then I let their traditions spill into one another because that's actually how it happens here. Because this work lives inside the city council chambers, I wanted this piece to feel like the district itself was standing in the room. To remind New Orleanians that this city is really built by the people and the resilience of its people. More than anything, I hope this piece brings pride to the communities represented here and serves as a reminder that the soul of the city really is carried by ordinary people that do extraordinary things. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Councilmember King.
All right. Thank you. So we have Miss Allen.
Yes.
Miss Allen, and I'm looking at the artwork. I'm just assuming this is yours right here with the bridge.
Yes.
Right.
The two girls.
With the West Bank, the East Bank.
Yeah.
I see Havens. I see Young Audience. Of course, you got it in the car.
Of course.
Come to the East Bank, NOCA, the French Quarter. I think that just symbolizes not only District C but the city. East Bank, West Bank. You got everything in between. But I want to just highlight you a little bit. You're an artist that sells in the French Quarter. I got one of your pieces that I personally purchased years ago that everybody brags about hanging on my wall, that Muhammad Ali picture that was burned into the wood. That's very, very creative, and everyone wants to know, like, how did that happen and who did that? And so I hope they came and showed you a little love because everyone brags about that piece. You're a very, very, very talented artist, and that picture up there is very nice. I think it just captures, again, East Bank, West Bank. You got a little bit of everything. I see the point. You even got a little bit of Gretna with the Young Audience, so it's good. And you holding it down. You're making your auntie down there very proud. So you're doing a great job, and I'm very, very honored and proud to have you represent the district on this wall as well as upstairs in my office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, hey y'all. My name is Alina and I did District C. Born and raised in Algiers, I'm a proud product of the West Bank Edna Carr High School graduate, class of 03. And today, as one of many ways that I make money, I'm a Jackson Square artist. Being selected for this project means, feels like yet another full circle moment in my journey. And I'm incredibly grateful to be standing here with you all today. First and foremost, I want to thank God, my parents, Joseph and Adrian Werkasner, my siblings, my family, friends. Shout out to Mama Sani. Your encouragement, love, and constant support carried me through this process, and there's no way I would have completed this work alone. I want to thank the entire team of Arts New Orleans, especially Paris and Jordan, for all of your support. And as I created this painting, I thought deeply about what District C represented. I wanted the artwork to reflect not only the beauty of these neighborhoods, but also the people who make them special. To the people of New Orleans and to our city council representatives, when you look at these paintings, I hope you are reminded of the residents, the families, and especially the children whose lives are impacted by every decision that is made. I hope these works serves as a reminder that the future of New Orleans should always be at the center of those decisions. I stand here today as someone who's benefited from investment in our community. I am a product of North Summer Camps, community programs, plays, ballets at the Municipal Auditorium. These experiences exposed me to the creativity, possibility, and opportunity. They helped shape the person and artist I became. Because of that, I want to say clearly, these programs matter. They change lives, they create pathways, they give young people a place to grow, dream, and discover their potential. And thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Green.
Thank you. I am certainly honored to be here on this evening, and I want to thank Arts New Orleans for what you do to promote our local artists, but just to promote art in general. It makes a big difference in the way people feel about our city. I want to thank our artists for sharing your talents with us. It's appreciated, and you make this city proud because of what you do and what you share. My artist is Langston Alston, and the piece that is the third from the left is his. It's called Reverence, and it includes reverence to God, reverence to music, reverence to family, reverence to households, and reverence to the community that he so much enjoys. I'm glad and pleased that he had an opportunity to share with us. Mr. Alston travels because he's in demand, so he's not here with us today. So he's in great demand. But I do want to say, as part of the Voices of the People collection, I'd like you to listen for a second to hear who Langston is. He'll have a chance to watch this at some time, and I want to thank Langston for his contributions. From Langston Alston himself. I am a painter and muralist living and working in the 7th Ward of New Orleans, Louisiana, and I'm so pleased to represent the 7th Ward. My work is about presenting ordinary moments of daily beauty as mythic and monumental. That practice guides me in both public artworks and painting in the studio. Is it cut off after 2 minutes? Okay. In the studio, he's not here, so I'm taking his spot. Don't start. I draw influence from a wide variety of sources, both historical and contemporary, and when I am creating murals, I take on the responsibility of representing the neighborhood that the work is placed in and the people who live there in an honest, compassionate, and reverent light. This process is based on research into local routines, histories, and myths. His works have been featured in the Contemporary Art Center in New Orleans, the Museum of Contemporary African American Diaspora Art in Brooklyn, and in the permanent collection of the City of New Orleans. He's also created public works throughout the country for community organizations such as the Mural Movement and for major brands of products such as Red Bull, Modelo, the Chicago Bulls, and the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago White Sox. So I want to thank Alston. I hope he's watching us. If he's not able to watch us, he'll see it on tape. But we appreciate your contributions. Your artwork is beautiful, and it is something that we can all be proud of as city council members, everyone who visits this council, and as New Orleanians. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Green. On behalf of District E, we have Lena Stewart.
Thank you. On behalf of Councilmember Jason Hughes, District E, thanks for this wonderful opportunity to showcase along the way with such a gifted artist, Jose Dara, where he used acrylic and oil paint as primary medium on canvas by encompassing the lower 9th Ward, which included Lincoln Beach, Borges Coffee, Six Flags, all the wonderful landmarks of District E. His works are inspired by Salvador Dali and Alex Gray, and he's also a dedicated volunteer at the Yaya Art Center. Art is an evidence of humanity. It is how we say, I was here, I felt, I survived. Having lived long enough to see the art evolve through generations, I have learned that while the forms change, the purpose remains the same. One generation dismisses, another celebrates. Jazz, hip-hop, street murals, digital art, all begins as an expression of people trying to tell their truth. Art is not limited to museums, galleries. It lives in music, dance, storytelling, fashion, food, architect, and community tradition. And yes, also in civic spaces as we are witnessing here today. It can be comfort, it can be challenge, it can be healed, and it can protest, and it can also inspire. Technology may change the tools, but the soul of art remains human. Huge thanks to Jose for bringing all of District E together, CEO and President of Arts New Orleans, Joyce Reynolds, who I've known a long time, since the beginning of the program, in fact. Paris, who is the Public Arts Project Manager, has been an absolute jewel in working with the various council offices. I thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Jose.
Thank y'all. So my painting was a tribute to the landscape and the history of District E. My plan for this project was to capture the things we recognize and also the connection between how these things come together. My hope for everyone. My hope is for everyone to see this work and find some reflection of themselves within it. And last but not least, I want to just say thank you to New Orleans for allowing us, the artists, to be a part of the history of our city.
All right.
Mr. Dillon, who's that?
Thank you, Council President. Greetings, everyone. I bring greetings, of course, on behalf of the Honorable Mayor Helena Moreno and the administration. It is my job to be the Director of the Office of Cultural Economy and work in hand with the Arts Council to make sure that projects like this come to fruition. Not only because we believe that arts and culture is the foundation of who we are as a city, but also as us, as citizens, but also as people who work in this building. We need to see our citizens reflected in every ounce of space that we have so that we can know that our work is in good, spirit and good place. We believe that culture is the foundation of all we do and what we are, and we understand that culture is not performative in New Orleans. It is the foundation, and we think that it's necessary for you as council members and also as citizens to be reflected in every single ounce of this culture in this council chambers. I want to give Paris another moment to thank a few people because we didn't thank Joycelyn. We didn't thank Mariana. We didn't thank some other folks. I also want to recognize our Deputy Director of Arts and Culture, Elena Harris, who's in the audience, and all the folks who, put time and sweat into this project. And let's give another shout out to Sadie, please.
Yes.
If we could. Go ahead, Paris.
Yes, thank you, Sadie, for just spearheading and bringing this project to us, to our attention that it was necessary. Thank you, Joycelyn Reynolds, the CEO and President of Arts New Orleans, Noni Clemens, the Director of Public Art and Commissions. Thank you, Porter Art Services, who painted and installed the work in this space. It is because of them that we were able to actually transform and bring the work here. Thank you, Wood, for always being a supporter and just moving our projects forward. And yes, just thank you overall to you all once again. Very grateful. Thank you, council members.
I know, pursuant to our very nice run of show, we are going to do photos for a few minutes, and then the Creole Apache Tribe and drummers are going to lead us to the stairs. So let's take our photos, enjoy the artwork for a few minutes, and then we'll get moving.
You guys stay right here. I'm going to get the council members around you guys.
Yeah.